Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ever since Triple H took over WWE Creative, he has been making some bold moves, raising a lot of eyebrows. While some of them have proved beneficial, others have given rise to controversy. It appears that the game has once again garnered criticisms following a baffling move. Triple H may have damaged Sami Zayn's character after what happened this week on SmackDown. Zayn has been relentlessly pursuing the World Heavyweight Championship for the past 2 years on Monday Night Raw. Back in April this year, Seth Rollins put forth a tempting offer to him, stating that he would give Sami a guaranteed shot at the undisputed WWE title if the latter agreed to move to SmackDown. The visionary vowed that the 41-year-old would be able to fulfill his dream. However, Sami Zayn refused to take that offer. He vowed to stick to Raw and showcased his determination to win the world title on the very brand he was on. But this week, Zayn officially moved to SmackDown, citing that he wanted to win the United States Championship. He kept winning the world title somewhere low on his priority list for now, stating that the US title is currently his main focus. The fact that Sami Zayn turned down a guaranteed world title shot on SmackDown only to move to the brand months later to chase a mid-card title damages his resilient character. Zayn's WWE character has been defined by his relentless pursuit of the World Heavyweight title on Raw. This arc portrayed him as a resilient underdog who refused to take shortcuts and stuck to his goal. However, his recent move to SmackDown questions his credibility and resolve. The Canadian star putting his world title dreams in the backseat shows his vulnerability, as if he has compromised on his dreams. Besides, Sami Zayn, who has been a pivotal part of the Bloodline saga, is well aware that it takes months for superstars to come out of the never-ending vortex of the Bloodline. However, he still chose to be involved with Solo Sikoa and MFT instead of chasing his ultimate dream of becoming a world champion. This move by Triple H has arguably damaged Zayn's WWE character, which was once unflinching in his pursuit of the world title. Now that Sami Zayn is on SmackDown, it creates endless opportunities for new feuds and storylines. Although he is currently a beloved babyface, there is a chance that Triple H may turn him heel down the line. Zayn could undergo a shocking character change in the coming months. The 41-year-old has been chasing the world title for quite some time. There is a good chance that he would feud with Cody Rhodes at some point for the undisputed WWE Championship. Initially, WWE could keep pushing him as an underdog babyface during the potential feud with Rhodes. However, Triple H could turn him heel midway, similar to how Kevin Owens turned heel and feuded with the American Nightmare. This could give rise to a compelling heel versus face feud on SmackDown. Moreover, Sami Zayn's potential character change could also showcase his desperation to become a world champion. There is a good possibility that WWE may pull off such a move, as Zayn's character currently needs a reboot. However, it is currently speculation. It remains to be seen what Triple H has in store for the former Intercontinental Champion. Triple H has once again found himself at the center of a heated debate among WWE fans and insiders. But this time, the controversy isn't about his own in-ring performances or his well-documented backstage influence. Instead, the criticism has come as a direct result of decisions made on the latest episode of SmackDown, where many believe the 41-year-old WWE icon saw his character suffer irreparable damage. Fans, wrestlers, and analysts alike are questioning the direction taken, pointing fingers squarely at the WWE executive, who has become known for his meticulous control over talent presentation, storylines, and championship narratives. The incident in question occurred during a segment that was supposed to elevate the 41-year-old superstar, a figure whose career has been defined by charisma, athleticism, and the ability to consistently engage audiences worldwide. The segment, however, did the exact opposite, leaving fans bewildered and critics frustrated. The icon, who has long been regarded as a cornerstone of WWE programming and a model of professionalism both inside and outside the ring, was subjected to a series of creative choices that seemed counterintuitive to his established persona. These decisions have sparked widespread outrage on social media platforms, with longtime followers of the brand voicing disbelief at what they are describing as a character assassination, rather than storyline development. Many believe Triple H's approach to this SmackDown segment was indicative of a larger pattern within WWE, where veteran talent is often sidelined or manipulated in ways that undermine their past achievements. The 41-year-old's character had been carefully built over years of compelling storylines, high-profile feuds, and championship reigns that solidified him as one of the most respected figures in professional wrestling history. The sudden and jarring portrayal on SmackDown, therefore, appeared not only inconsistent with his legacy, but also disrespectful to the years of dedication he has invested in the industry. This has fueled speculation that creative control decisions may have overstepped, allowing for short-term shock value at the expense of long-term character integrity. Observers have been quick to point out that WWE's creative decisions often reflect a balancing act between storytelling, ratings, and the unpredictable dynamics of live television. However, in this particular case, the segment has been criticized for prioritizing immediate audience reaction over coherent character progression. Triple H, who has been both praised and criticized for his hands-on approach to creative direction, is now facing renewed scrutiny for a decision that many perceive as a misstep so severe it could have lasting implications for the 41-year-old icon's reputation and future storylines. The fallout has been immediate and intense, with fans flooding social media with discussions, memes, and critiques that underline just how controversial the segment has become. Adding to the tension is the context surrounding WWE's current storytelling landscape. The company has been navigating a series of challenges in recent months, from fluctuating ratings to talent departures and shifts in audience expectations. In such an environment, maintaining consistency and respect for established characters becomes even more crucial. Critics argue that undermining a 41-year-old superstar, someone who represents not just athletic excellence, but also a deep connection with fans, risks alienating loyal viewers and devaluing the prestige associated with veteran performers. This is particularly sensitive given WWE's reliance on iconic figures to bridge generational gaps and attract diverse demographics. Industry insiders have also weighed in, noting that Triple H's intentions might have been to create a compelling twist or a shocking narrative turn, a strategy he has employed successfully in the past. However, the execution in this instance has been widely regarded as flawed. The juxtaposition of the 41-year-old icon's prior stature against the questionable portrayal on SmackDown created a sense of cognitive dissonance among viewers. Fans struggled to reconcile the champion-level presence of a long-standing superstar with the incongruous depiction he received, leading to vocal criticism that this moment crossed a line from creative experimentation into character degradation. Wrestling veterans and analysts have been particularly vocal, emphasizing that the decision sets a concerning precedent for how WWE treats its top-tier talent. Historically, the company has prided itself on crafting multi-layered characters whose arcs evolve organically over time, allowing audiences to invest emotionally in their journey. When a character's credibility is compromised in a single segment, it not only disrupts the immediate narrative, but also complicates future storytelling possibilities. The 41-year-old icon, known for his resilience and adaptability, now faces the challenge of reclaiming narrative authority in a landscape where audience perception has already been influenced by the controversial SmackDown moment. Social media reaction has been swift and impassioned. Hashtags referencing the incident began trending within hours, as fans dissected every moment, dialogue, and in-ring action from the segment. Pundits on wrestling podcasts and YouTube channels have dissected the scenario frame by frame, debating whether Triple H's involvement was a calculated risk or a misjudgment. While some defend the move as a bold storytelling choice intended to provoke discussion and keep viewers engaged, the majority sentiment leans toward disapproval, arguing that the portrayal did more harm than good to a superstar whose career has been built on consistency and excellence. Moreover, the backlash extends beyond fan criticism, touching on internal dynamics within WWE itself. Talent sources suggest that the 41-year-old icon was caught off guard by the creative decisions, indicating a potential disconnect between executive directives and performer input. While WWE has historically allowed for some level of performer influence in character development, this incident highlights the limitations of such influence when creative leadership prioritizes surprise or shock over established narrative logic. The tension between executive authority and performer agency has long been a point of contention in WWE, and this latest SmackDown segment has brought it to the forefront once again. Compounding the issue is the broader conversation about how veteran talent is utilized in modern WWE programming. The company has made concerted efforts to promote younger stars and fresh faces, which is essential for long-term growth. However, critics argue that this must not come at the expense of respected icons whose legacies contribute to the brand's prestige and historical continuity. The 41-year-old's character, once a symbol of strength, consistency, and fan loyalty, now finds itself embroiled in a storyline that many perceive as undermining those very qualities. The debate raises questions about the balance between innovation and preservation, shock value and narrative coherence in WWE's creative strategy. Analysts also note that WWE's global audience brings an added layer of complexity to character management. International fans who may follow multiple storylines and wrestlers across various media platforms have a long-term memory of characters' journeys and expect consistency in portrayal. A single segment that contradicts years of character building can therefore reverberate far beyond the immediate broadcast, impacting merchandise sales, live event attendance, and overall brand perception. For the 41-year-old icon, the consequences of this SmackDown decision may linger, requiring strategic storytelling to repair credibility and realign audience expectations. As debates continue, some supporters of Triple H's approach argue that controversy can drive engagement and spark renewed interest in storylines. WWE has historically leveraged surprise and unpredictability to maintain viewer attention, and in some cases, these risks have paid off. Yet there is a fine line between provocative storytelling and damaging a performer's character, and many feel that the latest SmackDown incident crossed that line. The question now is whether WWE can recover from this perceived misstep, and whether the 41-year-old icon can reclaim his narrative footing in a way that restores both credibility and fan trust. Ultimately, the incident serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance required in professional wrestling between creative experimentation and respect for established character identity. Triple H, as one of the most influential figures in WWE history, bears significant responsibility for the choices that shape storylines and define performer legacies. While innovation and risk-taking are integral to keeping content fresh and engaging, the backlash from this segment underscores the importance of thoughtful execution, particularly when dealing with iconic talent whose careers represent the backbone of the industry. The weeks following this controversial SmackDown episode will likely be critical for both Triple H and the 41-year-old icon. Fans will be watching closely to see how WWE addresses the fallout, whether through narrative correction, character rehabilitation, or further storyline development. The situation also highlights a broader conversation about creative accountability, performer autonomy, and the complex interplay between executive vision and audience expectations. For now, the wrestling world is left to debate, analyze, and speculate on the long-term implications of a single, highly scrutinized segment that has managed to captivate attention for reasons the company may not have anticipated. In conclusion, the latest SmackDown controversy has thrust Triple H into an unexpected spotlight, not for his own actions in the ring, but for the perceived mishandling of a 41-year-old WWE icon's character. The incident has sparked a multifaceted debate encompassing creative strategy, character integrity, fan loyalty, and the balance of power between executives and performers. As discussions continue across social media, podcasts, and industry analysis, one thing is clear: the repercussions of this moment are far-reaching, and the path forward for the 41-year-old superstar will require careful navigation, thoughtful storytelling, and a commitment to restoring the character that has captivated audiences for more than 2 decades. Whether WWE can successfully manage the fallout remains to be seen, But for fans and insiders alike, this SmackDown episode will be remembered as a defining moment in the ongoing evolution of one of wrestling's most celebrated icons. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.